Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, some bad news for an American family. A war veteran, American veteran, was killed by the Russian army in Ukraine while he was fighting for the Ukrainians. Now, I didn't read the article, but I'm assuming, he's just a volunteer and he went over there and he was not a mercenary, or he was not part of an American military platoon or anything like that. Let's see if that's going to be the case. The other guy's probably going to yell, oh, that's a mercenary, oh, that's a US military that was killed. Probably they don't even know. So this article comes from Yahoo News from October 13th, 2022. American veteran dies while fighting in Ukraine, family says. A U.S. Army veteran who traveled to Ukraine from Idaho died from injuries he sustained while fighting Russian forces in the Donbas region, his family says. Dane Partridge, 34, from Rexburg, Idaho, was wounded in a tank attack in Severodonetsk in the Luhansk region on October 3rd, his sister Jenny Partridge Corey wrote in a Facebook post. Partridge, a father of 5, was taken to a military hospital in Kiev and placed on life support. According to Corey, a doctor at the hospital informed the family that Partridge suffered critical injuries to his neck and brain stem. He died on Tuesday. And I'm quoting, "We have just been informed that Dane, aka Bird, has passed away while still being on life support," Corey wrote on Facebook. "I know his soul has found peace." And I'm quoting, "He was also good for a joke, witty banter, and the occasional serious conversation," she continued. "He stayed true to his faith and spiritual convictions till his dying days." End quote. The State Department confirmed to Yahoo News that a U.S. citizen died in a Donbas region, but did not say who. And I'm quoting, "We are in touch with the family and we are providing all appropriate assistance," a spokesperson said. "There are no official public numbers of U.S. volunteer fighters in Ukraine." The Washington Post reported in March that about 4,000 Americans had expressed interest, quote unquote, in joining the newly formed International Legion of Territorial Defense of Ukraine. All volunteers, all paid $3 a year by Ukrainian army. According to the Post, Partridge is the 5th known American citizen to die in the conflict. Partridge, who served in Baghdad from 2007 to 2009 during the Iraq War, joined the fighting in Ukraine in April after raising money for a one-day ticket to Poland. "I felt a need to go to Ukraine," he wrote in a Facebook post on April 2nd. "This has been discussed with several people and I am confident in my decision to go. I am reaching out to see if I can get some support in getting over there." Do you mean money? Oh, I don't want to. He died. That's bad. He's got 5 kids. Who knows what else? He went over there to fight for, a different country. Maybe he has some ideals. I don't know. It's one thing what people say and the other thing what they really feel and how they think. And he went over there. I don't know. I usually, it's their decision. It's obviously outside of their selfish, persona, which they fought for someone else. That's, you can admire that. He knew that he would expose himself to this kind of danger, and unfortunately for him and his family, he lost his life. Well, 4,000 other Americans showed interest. What does it mean? They know that they went over there already, and they're all volunteers. Whatever they are, I don't care. It's just that, because for me right now, if they tell me that actually the United States, Great Britain, and other countries had, military forces in Ukraine, that would not surprise me at all. The only thing I'm waiting is for a confirmation. I don't have a doubt that they are over there groups of military. And I'm not talking about mercenaries or contractors or volunteers. I'm not talking about that. Military of a country. Poland, the Russians said that for some time already, that the Poles have military, including the Belarusians. They said the same thing. And I don't see why. Do you think they're going to just stay away because why? No, they probably have it. I'm just waiting for the confirmation. And believe me, and if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. You're right. After this occurs, ends, or after we get used to this, and NATO will really get in as officially, now it's unofficially in, United States, we will be told straight in our faces, American military, US military, French military, blah, 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 were actively operating on the territory of Ukraine since January. Because I think they were over there before even the Russians did anything. Because they were arming these guys, they were training these guys, and they were over there actively. Do you think that they just left? They told us they left. Do you believe that? I don't. I tell you why. Another reason why, for instance. I have many reasons. But one of them is this. Remember when Trump ordered the military who's under his command, no? He's the commander-in-chief, whatever he is. Remember, military is a branch of government, and he was the chief executive over there. So he said, well, bring those troops from Syria back. And the military said, yes, we bring them. And they say, yeah, we're going to bring them. And then what happened? They brought from here and they put others in. That's the way it goes. He didn't know. And even if he knew, what would he do? Fire the generals? They have the guns. When I was here in United States college, I was talking to a professor, and he was I can't remember exactly, a political science professor. And we talked about, why people don't, it was about the police, the law enforcement, and why people don't simply, go and report things, irregularities that, law enforcement does, or military, or so on. And he said, well, because they got the guns. Well, he was a very, very liberal, I would say communist, but he said, nobody will do anything because they have the guns. And what do we have? Are you going to fight with them? Nah. So, and he said, you're going to get in trouble if you do this and you point out fingers. Besides the fact he said, nobody will take you seriously. They will ridicule you and not even look at whatever you say. Well, why don't you agencies and so on and provide them? He said, yeah, they will take that, but they would not show it to anybody. He's going to die. He says, that's the way. I said, oh, come on, man. I was more idealistic then, or let's say, how should I put it, straight, naive. All right? Until you figure things out a little bit more, you get more information and you get kicked in the ball a few times, really, then you say, okay, that guy was right. So it's how fast you learn that. It's not when you learn, how fast, because you're going to learn it sometime. You can learn it, or some people never learn it. Or even if they learn about it, they do not want to accept it. They live in denial. In denial. No, it can't be. No, it can't be. Well, and they vote. I always get the same point. They vote. Thank you, and because we have mass democracy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.